So fear processing is action.
Yes.
An action that some of us might say, how could that help? Right?
Uh-huh.
And then some of us may listen to it and see if it's doing anything to us, right?
Yes, that's not going to work. Welcome to the Driving to the Rez podcast. This is Inelia.
And this is Larry. Just a quick note. If you're hearing this, you're on our free feed, which means you'll only get the first part of this conversation.
To access the rest, go drivingtotherez.com and subscribe to the Wisdom Keeper Hour.
Join us and our expert panelists for detailed insights and the after party where you're invited to join in the conversation. Head over to drivingtotherez.com and become a subscriber.
Your $8 subscription keeps this podcast ad-free and helps us keep the lights on and maybe even get a decent cup of coffee. More importantly, it connects you with a community of passionate wisdom keepers like yourself. So if you're ready to go deeper, join us at drivingtotherez.com and support the journey. Hi.
Hi there.
Today we're going to be talking about why your soul won't release trauma, which is my latest article, and you can find it at drivingtotherez.com.
And I suggest you read it because we'll read it to you, but it seems like when you actually get to the reading of it, it kind of can sink in sometimes where the hearing it doesn't. So like to not listen sometimes, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, why now? What inspired you to write this article? Seems like a bit of a change from our last. We were talking about the core of creation and light music and creating from the light within. And it seems like a bit of a heavier topic.
Yeah, we have talked about this before in other articles, but I think that now, at the moment, we really need to address this because as we're doing our cleansing work with regards to negativity in our lives, some of the individuals who are doing the work are going to have a lot of deep trauma.
Deep trauma, that kind of comes up?
Yeah. Deep trauma that, well, it doesn't, so a lot of the time it's like it doesn't want to come up.
Yeah.
And you might not want it to come up. But it's like a bundle of energy. Mechanically speaking, it's a big bundle of energy. And regular hurt, the bundle of energy is usually in the physical body. And doing the fear processing exercise, you could change the word to pain, something like that, on the exercise. You can get through it pretty easily and quickly. I mean, maximum about 3 weeks, you'll be done. But the bundles that we need to release at the moment are usually ones that we like to ignore or push back or have firewalls around, thinking that they cannot be healed or fixed. And for us to be 100% optimum and achieving our full potential as light workers so that we can embody and bring about the light paradigm, we need to address those. We need to heal the hurt.
All right. Why don't you read a little bit?
Mm-hmm. And you can stop me so that
okay.
When you have points.
All right.
All right, here you go. PTSD is said to be a pandemic all over the world. Although a lot of what doctors diagnose as PTSD is for profit and as in to sell medication, a great deal of it is also real. If past trauma keeps looping and affecting you in your daily life, this might be the most important thing you read today. Your soul has its reasons, and they're not what you are usually told or in any way a positive reason. For example, I've heard many people say that their trauma happens to make them feel a better person, or makes them a better person, and to learn positive lessons in their life. These aren't truths taught for them to accept negativity. The soul's reason is much more basic than that.
Yeah, when I think about PTSD, I think body traumas. Bodies get exposed to wars or, dramatic evil people, guns and shooting and stabbings. I don't know, other things probably.
Yeah, like physical traumas after an accident when
I don't really
get injured really badly.
I don't usually often think of the soul being involved in it.
Right. Yeah. This does not mean that You have PTSD.
I'm totally PTSD'd, honey.
You are?
Yes.
Oh,
Haven't you
okay.
heard that?
You are?
Yes. Now it's just it's like I'm totally PTSD'd over this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think that's
No.
it's like not what it actually is.
Yeah.
I did look up PTSD, how it's diagnosed, and it was like there was a whole bunch of very impacting things in people's lives, and they had to have like 7 of those things for more than a month, and they're verge of making you commit suicide even.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's like I'm not that totally PTSD. I'm just
You're not PTSD. The symptoms of PTSD are severe and very intrusive, affecting your life over everything else. The majority of the population is experiencing stress and anxiety, not PTSD. However, this article will help you either way and will give you the tools to deal with what needs to be resolved at this time, no matter the intensity of the issue.
So do you think PTSD is like an intensity issue?
Yeah, it's an intensity issue. It's not stress.
No.
Yes.
Okay, then. I mean, do you have PTSD?
Yeah, I do.
Not like I have it, like you actually have it.
Yeah.
What's it like? I mean, how does it impact your life?
Well, before I started using the fear processing exercise, I would wake up every morning of my life, right? And we're talking at the time like 40 years. So in every morning of those 40 years, I would wake up in a state of absolute terror and my body would be petrified with fear. It would overwhelm everything. And I would just like breathe through it. And about an hour later, I would finally be able to start moving my body. I don't know if anybody has felt a fear that petrifies them. Petrified is not just a cartoon like word. You literally cannot move your body. You can barely breathe. You cannot open your eyes. And all you can hear is your heart thumping, right? And you can't, and sometimes it goes irregular because it's so stressed. And there's nothing you can do. You can't move. So that would be every day. And after about an hour, like I'd be able to move and breathe it and breathe through it and then carry on with the day. But a lot of people can't get to that point. They can't start getting on with the day.
Right. Just escape from it instead of face it, kind of like overwhelms.
Mm-hmm. They use alcohol or drugs that they've been given, telling them that it'll help them, and it's a lot of escapism. But so that would be one symptom, and it lasts, like it said, like over 6 weeks or whatever. And for me, it was 40 years. Yeah, so that's the type of side effects of PTSD that we're talking about.
Does seem like you managed to function pretty high level despite it.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
I don't think it is, because I was looking at other people that had the same level and they were not walking around looking after their kids, cooking and writing novels and things like that, or having friends, and they weren't doing that.
Mostly in the self-destruction phase.
Yeah, they would, or just
drinking.
Yeah,
just detaching,
or just in a dark room and catatonic,
withdrawals, things like that.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you attribute your unique ability to proceed despite severe PTSD?
I didn't have a choice. It's like, okay, so I think it was a lack of self-obsession, right? So it's like, that's happening. I'm experiencing it. Now, what do I need to do right now? Right.
Some might say that's a form of disassociation.
Yeah.
So basically, your survival technique was disassociation.
Possibly. Yes, possibly.
Well, that's a common occurrence of that particular style of psychological, I guess, torture.
Yeah. And I think that this association, when I looked at it, it was more to do with not coping or not doing or not being. So it was slightly different.
Yeah, I'm not a psychologist. I saw the movie.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, to continue on.
Okay. So here's the thing. Even though there should be no difference between healing a small hurt and healing a trauma that causes PTSD using the fear processing exercise, there is an anchor created through these traumatic experiences that the body and soul hold on to and resist dissolving. This body and soul resistance is what makes a trauma take so much more time and effort to dissolve. Small hurts are not held on to by the soul.
Right, you get pricked by a bee and it hurts and you cry and you're a kid and you stepped on a bee. And I mean, usually, I don't know, probably there's several billion people that had that happen to. They don't it doesn't end up negatively affecting their life for more than a month.
Right.
Or the rest of their life just because they got stung by a bee one time.
Yes.
It's like, it's very startling and it's traumatic
at the time.
And even if you're the parents, like, oh no, they're gonna anaphylaxis shock and they're gonna die. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it looks dramatic. Your whole hand puffs up, but we get over it.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some things that we just don't get over, and you say that those are the ones where there's an anchor.
Yeah.
An anchor created through a severe trauma of some kind.
Right. Or many severe traumas.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these are traumas that are accidental, and some of these are traumas that are intentionally induced to create this response.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For control.
Right. Yeah. And it's easy to fall into the victim aggressor part here, right? But you have to remember that we came in at a war zone, like knowing these things could happen and having experiences like that. So you didn't come here to have those experiences. You didn't come here to learn from those experiences. You didn't come here to experience those experiences, because a lot of people had already done that in other lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like you walk into a battlefield, there's bullets flying, right? And you might catch some of those bullets because you're in the field. So that's more accurate to say than, the other. And because you're a beautiful light being, you're super bright, and you're walking out thinking nobody's going to hurt you and the bullets are going to be flying because you don't know what a bullet is.
Well, you might, I'm sure there's others that forgot what a bullet is, and there's others who probably are soul looping this more bullets.
Yes.
I'll do better this time.
That's true.
Yeah, it's all those things.
It's all the things, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. There's all the different varieties of that.
Yeah.
So, you think you get better with more loops?
Sorry?
Think you get better with more loops at dealing with the bullets?
No, you just get more disabled.
Great.
Yes.
This is
the bullets are made to disable
you. Doesn't make you better.
No.
It makes you worse. All right.
No, it makes you less able, less bright.
All righty.
I was very surprised that this dynamic exists when it comes to big trauma. Why would a soul hold on to it? What is the reason behind it? I can understand to a certain degree why a body might hold on to trauma, but a soul? Why would a soul resist dissolving or removing a big trauma?
I guess it could be talked into fully experiencing it. That's maybe why the loops. And, part of the persistent nature of this reality experience is persistence. So maybe that's a part of it too.
Mm.
I can imagine a soul carries a lot of characteristics from lifetime to lifetime just because that gives continuity, even though you forget.
Yeah. Well, I ask these questions not to psychoanalyze or create theories or explanations. I ask them because I want to shed light on this dynamic. As we let the light within rise and become form, we cannot hold on to trauma. We must release it. If we hold on to it, it will hurt physically and energetically, and as it causes a point of resistance in the flow of light energy. My life was very overly traumatic. The experiences I had from before I was born all the way to adulthood were, by all accounts, extreme in a negative sense. Although they disable me to a large degree in my capacity to function in life, I managed to get through life anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the victims of abuse often do.
Yeah.
Some of them more than others.
But it's not a victim, you see. That's the whole point.
That's how
I never embodied the victim. That's how I got through it.
The joiners of abuse? What word are we going to use?
The experiencers of
the experiencers of abuse,
yeah.
right? It's like when we talk about this, we have language, and the language impacts how we hold on to that energy. And part of that holding on is using the language of victim of the experiences.
Yeah. Using
because
the word victim.
It's impossible for any of us to, I'm not going to say impossible, but I don't think anybody is being honest with themselves when they say, oh, I believe that person chose that experience voluntarily.
Not necessarily. Like you walk into a field, you don't know the bullets exist, they're going to hit you. Are you a victim of that? No, you just happen to be in the way of the bullet.
Well, when we look at the word, the word is how we express how we actually feel about that. Mm-hmm. We don't feel like somebody who just got shot by walking across the field because there's a war over there isn't a victim of getting shot. They are the victim of.
Yeah, that's one of the things we need to change. We need to change the language. Because when you allot victim to somebody, you take away their power completely. They can now never make a different choice. Yes, they had the experience, but are they a victim of it? No. By
our language, they are, which is what
we need to change.
We need to change because we also have language that shares other, I don't call it, no, for sure, fairy tale or not, but where you wear the special hide and then you can run in front of the cavalry and their bullets won't hit you, and they don't. I mean,
Little Big Man.
Yeah. The movie. Some stories, right? Or the cavalry guy who ran in front of the Indians, and they all shot at him and they couldn't hit him either.
Yeah.
Whatever movie that was.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Kevin Costner movie. Mm-hmm. Right. These are fables and tales that have been told over time because we have individuals who've been in battles who aren't hit by them.
Exactly.
And they're not the victim of not getting hit.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But they're definitely the experiencer of not getting hit.
Right.
So I don't know. We need better language in order to actually take what you're saying on board without, in a large way, lying to ourselves when we say it. Because it's like,
or victim shaming.
Can't. Yeah, we can't. Exactly. There's victim shaming, the empathy side of it. We can't pretend to believe something just because we're saying we believe it. Okay, they're not a victim.
Yeah.
We're already using the word.
You think of victims exist?
Well, I had a philosophical level, at an expanded state of awareness level, I know that is true. At a normal experience of life level, it's very tough to differentiate between truly a victim of circumstance and a victim begging for this circumstance and not a victim of that circumstance, a willing experiencer. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You can say them all, but is it really on board? And that's, I think, the crux of what we're kind of talking about. These are soul and body connective, looped experiences that hold over time, and moving past a structure as solidly in place as that by talking about it probably isn't enough.
The fear processing exercise was tremendously helpful in 2006. It helped me go from waking up every day in a state of absolute terror and petrified with fear, a normal PTSD symptom, which would take hours to overcome before I was able to move my body out of bed, to waking up with just some harsh memories and thoughts. It helped me go from extreme vigilance and scanning for attacks and dangers every moment of every day to a background stress and tension of dread. The processing exercise also helped me see the lighter side of life and recognize dark workers better so I could stop interacting with them.
Right. Well, that's not talking about it either, is it?
What do you mean? Not talking about what?
Fear processing isn't talking about it. It's
About
doing an
what?
actual energy work with some of your subtle bodies, the bodies that make up your
Talking about it. What is the it in talking about it?
fear, the debilitating fear, the PTSD fear, the victim fear, the victim words. So fear processing is action.
Yes.
An action that some of us might say, how could that help? Right?
Uh-huh.
And then some of us may listen to it and see if it's doing anything to us, right?
Yes, that's not going to work.
Right. That's talking about it is basically what I'm saying. Is there's some energetic, some deep core level work that needs to be done to handle understanding things like a victim loop and understanding things like PTSD and the level of fear you're talking about. As you said, I could say I'm PTSD'd over this whatever, but I'm not.
Right. You're not. No.
I just maybe have
Stressed.
some anxiety about it
Yeah.
or stressed about it or I'm
Yeah.
over it or
Yeah.
it's the words I'm using.
Uh-huh.
And I don't have I have experiences in my life that I can try to use to get an idea of how and what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have those for real.
Right.
So it's hard to understand this level of fear.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So,
Not saying I want to
no, you don't want.
through experience.
No,
I'm
no.
just saying it's hard to understand
Yeah.
what fear would stop you from getting out of bed
Yes.
for an hour.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if-
So overall, this
so,
exercise made a massive difference in my life, and I can say that I'm now more functional than a great deal of the human race who have gone through trauma. For example, other people who have gone through harsh circumstances are riddled with addictions and incapacity to function on a daily basis. Many are dead, having committed suicide.
So where do they get the fear processing exercise if they want to try it? I mean, if you're feeling this and you're listening to this,
There's going to be links in the article, so go in there and read it.
it's fearprocessing.com, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah.
I think it is too.
Fearprocessingexercise.com.
Fearprocessingexercise.com.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, if you Google it, you'll find it.
Yeah, if you do fear processing exercise in Elia Benz, you're going to find it.
Right to it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But that's not enough. During our workshop at the Shaman Shack this year, we explored a cleansing method to deal with deep, dark programs and bundles of energy, some that we may have carried from lifetime to lifetime. This sets us up for many physical, energetic, and soul level benefits.
That's the end-of-body cleansing.
Yeah, that's coming out soon.
Is it coming out soon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to stand by for that one. But that one, let me tell you, that's like taking a shower at a soul level.
Yes.
A soul shower.
A soul shower.
With Gaia helping.
Yes. Then I finished and released the class, The Source Code of Manifestation, Unlocking the Quantum Core of Creation. This class brings us to a place where we cannot hold on to any type of hurt or trauma if we would choose to achieve the goal we came here with, to embody the light paradigm on Earth. This class requires a large level of commitment.
I have noticed.
Yes.
Listen to our last podcast, which is detailing the behind-the-scenes experience of this.
Mm-hmm.
This class seems to have the ability to amplify things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things that need to be gone.
Well, I don't
Something's
think it
going
does. I don't think it amplifies it.
Something's doing something.
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, this meant that all the trauma I had put aside for later, because it wasn't affecting me that badly, now has to be addressed. As the light started rising through me and taking form, I felt a great deal of pain in my physical body. Knowing that pain during light flow means resistance, it became clear that this was not something I could ignore. It is like ignoring chronic physical pain. You can do it and you can function normally. I know, because I lived that way for many years, but it's not truly dealt with. And you're definitely not functioning from your highest potential, but only a faint image of your true self.
That's totally true.
So how come there is such a resistance by the soul and body to remove a big pain?
The anchor thing, probably.
Yeah. Spiritual traditions and modern psychology shows us several aspects that contribute to this. The core issue is fear. The body and soul lock into survival and protection mode on a permanent basis. bundling that damaging experience and making sure it doesn't happen again. The situation that created the trauma can be so complex and varied that a person becomes a walking danger detector. Hypervigilance, stress, fear, and negativity then abound.
You can imagine the reality you begin to create when you're carrying around that bundle all of the time.
Yeah, can't be pleasant.
It's not pleasant, and it's like an attractor for drama.
Yeah, and it's also a deep embedding of the light dark paradigm. You know, you're deeply embedded in the light dark paradigm because you're holding on to all that darkness. Yeah. Do you know what hypervigilance is?
Yeah.
What is it?
That's where your hyper is a lot. Vigilance is looking out. You're looking out for trouble in all the possible ways, even where there's no possibility it exists. You're still going to look for it there. Super vigilant.
Yeah.
Which is exhausting.
It is exhausting, and it's all the time, 100%.
And if you aren't hyper vigilant, then some asshole, excuse my language, in the kitchen is going to put green bell peppers in your food.
Yeah,
and some bell peppers and some blue
that's
cheese.
minimal, isn't it? The hypervigilance doesn't go to sleep. You sleep with it on, you know, it's all the time.
So what I mean is that I've experienced that
that part of it
level of hypervigilance and how it's required in all the situations of every bit of every time you ever eat.
Yes.
Is insane.
Yeah. But that's actually justified because, right, it's not like the other one.
Not that it's unjustified, it's that it's exhausting.
Yes.
It's like you can't just relax and eat.
No.
So hypervigilance in the sense of what you're talking about, I mean, if we were to examine the level of fear that it requires to disassociate and to be stuck in bed for an hour and a half, and the kind of experiences that I'm not going to say attracts, but it links into, then this level of hypervigilance, even attached to food, is understandable in some way.
Okay. In the light dark paradigm, the type of situation that cause deep trauma are considered normal, even though there is nothing normal or common about them. However, as we start to let the light rise within take form, those layers of fear and protection bundles become highly incompatible.
Totally incompatible.
They hurt physically and often mentally, energetically, and emotionally. On the one hand, the body and soul are in protection mode. On the other, the energy cannot easily pass through those low-frequency modes, so it causes pain.
And the pain triggers...
The body and soul then increase the resistance because obviously the layer of protection is not strong enough.
Totally.
And so the spiral continues. Generally, this will end the light from rising, lead to dropping your purpose for incarnating, and firewalling or avoiding healing. Massive resistance comes up to stop the pain by stopping the apparent cause, but we can't stop. As light working light beings, stop allowing the light to rise and take form. We just can't.
Right. It's just, you can't.
You can't. You have to carry on.
You don't have to like it. You just have to do it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. You'll like it.
One of the interesting aspects is that usually at this level of engagement, where fear and stress are involved, only the body is engaged. However, with trauma, the soul is also engaged. When we see this, we must remember that the awareness level of our soul is at the viewpoint of the singular self. The oversoul, the higher self, is not involved. And at a singular level, soul can and does carry a subtle body of experiences, desires, and programs from moment to moment and life to life. It desires survival, and combined with the body's survival's imperative, these form a compounded lump of energy stuck in our field and bodies. This affects every single one of our bodies, the emotional, ego, physical energy, and mental.
It's almost like there's a structure necessary for an experience. That structure got, I guess, hijacked would be a way to think of it, but it's been manipulated in a way that maybe it wasn't intended to be used to hold an old paradigm in place.
Yeah. So basically, the entire light, dark, and trauma thing is not even natural to a light being, right? So the light being embodied that and created that kind of reaction in order to exist in the light, dark paradigm, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to.
Right. And then in turn, in that environment, in that ward zone, that can be manipulated to keep you there, even
Yes.
when you were ready to leave it.
Right. Yeah. Manipulated by yourself, of course.
Well, it sounds like your higher self isn't involved in this process. Slap, slap. Maybe I should wake him up.
Yes. Those little loops can be, people do get stuck in them for sure.
Have you seen people, stuck in one of these kind of loops so they don't even know they're stuck in a loop?
Oh, yes. Everybody I've ever met. Including me. And I'm like, I know there's a loop here, but what is it? And why can't I see it?
Right. It feels sometimes like expanded awareness can resolve it, but at an expanded awareness level, the loop is inconsequential. Maybe that's why the higher self doesn't really back about it. It was like, what are you sneezing for?
Yeah.
You don't want me to comment on your sneeze.
Exactly. Yeah.
But at the singular level, it's very impactful. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I mean, it's our burden to bear, and our burden to fix, and our burden to bear it and fix it in here, because out there doesn't even exist.
No, it's not relevant. Out there is not relevant.
It's just not relevant there, but there's not here. So here, what do we do here?
I separate the bodies to make working with them easier.
I remember, you have different colors even, right?
Yeah. When we work on strengthening each body, it so happens that we also affect all the others because, in truth, none of them are separate from each other. Not even the soul is separate from our physical body in all of its expressions, but tethered to it, affecting it, and being affected by it. My article would not be complete without me providing a path to solving this issue. So how do we convince the body and soul that all is well, that the danger is over and we can now chill and relax, that we can stop being hypervigilant and stressed?
I don't know.
How do you do it, darling?
Well, I usually start by making things smaller. And my general tactic is to start with my pillow. I have a nice soft pillow. So life isn't that bad. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I'm not like sleeping with a rock for a pillow, am I? I begin to become appreciative of the things that are actually fine. And the list of things that are actually fine always outweighs the loop that I happen maybe to have stepped into, because it's a small something in a large thing of my existence. And it's not that consequential, so that I can look at it a little bit bigger from it instead of in the middle of it, or at least try to, So other times that looking at it tells me it's time to change whatever I'm doing, whatever experience I'm having, whatever place I'm at, whatever thing I'm doing. It's like, all right, I'm done with this. And then I close the door on that thing and I just leave it behind.
That's good. And my advice would be to continue using my fear and stress processing exercises. And the stress one is stress processing exercise.
Right, because some of us guys, we're not afraid of nothing. We got stress, though.
Yeah, there you go.
So you can use the stress exercise instead of the fear processing exercise, and nobody's going to make fun of you. I know. I did neglect to mention one thing that I did that helped me in these loops. And this was one of those loops that I'd carried since childhood too. And it was the bear jumping through my window one.
Oh, yeah.
You taught me the fear processing exercise. I used it, and I used it to such an extent that I became lucid in my dream and used it in my dream world. And that had a dramatic and profound effect on the rest of my life.
Nice. Very nice.
So I recommend fear processing in a lucid dream.
Yes.
If you can manage it.
Yes. This will help no matter what level of hurt you're experiencing. Also use the exercises in the music, the source code of manifestation, unlocking the quantum core creation class. In fact, stop listening to any music with degraded lyrics and replace it with high frequency filled music like what I have created at ineliarecords.com.
Yeah, once you start listening to the music that Anelia's made, you will I'm sorry to say, you can't even turn that other stuff on again. You listen to it for 1 minute and you're like, holy crap, I thought that was good.
So the other music, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the old music. Yeah, that happens to me every day. I go into YouTube and I tried to load one of my old favorites, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so bad."
It's like the first two lines. I'm like,
I can't do it.
crying out loud.
No, can't do it.
I think that was our loop of wallowing in misery, or loop of wallowing in degradation, or a loop of pretending I'm not hearing it. La 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 la. Boy, I love this tune. La 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 la. What words? I don't know words. I can never tell what the lyrics are. Well, you're saying that because you don't want to know. Trust me.
I know. And even the other people that are creating music right now, because I have a Spotify page in Ilya Benz there, and a lot of my music is in there. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And I put on one song to see if it was coming through okay. And then there's this other song coming up, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell is that? And why is it coming up? And I don't know why they did it. And then I think the title was I Gave My Soul to the Devil or something. And I was like, what the?
Spotify was trying to get you to listen to double.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I was like, switch that off, block that. Try to figure out how to block it.
Jeez Louise.
My gosh. So yeah, it's kind of, I mean,
some of it's pretty blatant. Some of it isn't.
Some of it is blatant. That was very blatant. I wasn't even hiding.
Yeah, I was watching a friend. She was talking about how she just wished she had this idyllic life with this idyllic guy. She's looking for her soulmate, kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. And grow up and have a farm and grow vegetables and have children and all of this awesome stuff. It's like, why can't that happen? And then she shared some of the music that she's listening to that just like touched her to her core, how wonderful it was. Mm-hmm. And it was that. Like, well,
what are you programming yourself with?
What are you programming yourself with?
Yes, purposely.
And then in the little comments threads, there was a guy in there who was the perfect match to her request. I checked his page. Mm-hmm. Perfect in every way. Mm-hmm. Completely invisible. Right? So it matters a lot what you program yourself with musically.
Yes. Yeah, it does. It does. And if you're carrying PTSD level hurt, be gentle. Get help in the form that truly heals your soul-body relationship and doesn't just hide the symptoms.
Yes.
Do you have any ideas of what they can do?
To hide the symptoms?
No. To actually truly heal the soul-body relationship.
Well, I'll say your suggestion to take on board the fear processing exercise or the stress relief exercise and do it to a degree where you can take it to a lucid dream level, which is more impactful than you can talk to people about this stuff, but that is you yourself doing with you yourself full soul level work. When you do that takes, you can't be drinking and drugging in order to do it.
No,
it already sort of self heals that part because you can't do those things while you're doing those other things. So that can help in that part. I mean, that'd be my number one request. I have heard lots of good reports about Iboga. If you do an Iboga thing in a controlled environment with other people who are having this same PTSD experience, and you review it and it's got outcomes and people you can check in their outcomes, that their outcomes are matching what you're desiring.
Right, yeah.
You can probably find some relief in that way, much better than a bullet or a bottle.
Bullet or a bottle. Don't do the bullet or bottle.
The bullet or the bottle is just going to put you in diapers, man.
Yeah.
And you're going to be crying and wondering, what the fuck? I got to do this again? So don't do that.
Yes. So I did mention that some people choose the death door, but they probably come back with all the traumas to relive. And to tell you the truth, I have never met someone who didn't carry all of that trauma forward into the new life. But I haven't
talked to everyone on the planet,
exactly.
Right?
I haven't talked to everybody on the planet, so I can only say the high possibility that you'll bring it back. But my experience has been that they do bring it back. And it's not better at all than what they just left. So deal with it while you're still alive.
deal it while you're still alive and while you have an adult-sized body that has this experience fresh, relevant, findable.
Yes.
Versus some past life trauma that you brought with you that now you have to go
until you
and
become an adult
and find a past life trauma regression therapist.
Yes.
It's harder, man.
It's harder, a lot harder.
Deal with it now.
Yeah. And if you feel any burning or pain in your body, slow down. And as you allow the light within to rise and take form, be kind to yourself. Now understand that you're healing and need more TLC, which is tender loving care, than you normally would. Stay on track and know that this too will pass.
Yes. Give yourself a little bit of compassion.
Yeah. And don't do what you do. It's like, I'll deal with it later. Because there's no later now. We have to do it now. All right. Unfortunately. So.
Well, I'm curious to hear what our panel of experts might have to say about this topic.
Yes, me too.
This is a pretty deep topic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where can people get this source code of manifestation, unlocking the quantum core of creation?
NeliaBenz.com. Go there.
Okay. NeliaBenz.com.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What comes with this class?
You will get an audio recording of the class, a transcript in PDF format. You will also get a PDF workbook that you can print out and use while you're taking the class. And you're going to get a 50-minute chant music that bypasses all the other stuff and goes straight to the core and helps you through it. Obviously, if you do all of it, then you get way more benefits. And
music on, and then read the course material and do the exercises and just have the music as a background like alignment process.
The class will be released on the 1st of December, and you can pre-order it now and get a few more little bonuses.
Some bonus bundle stuff, right?
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll see you there, I suppose.
Okay, see you there.
See you in the second hour.
Love you, honey.
Love you.
Join us for the rest of this conversation at driveintotheres.com.
And when you go to driveintotheres.com and you join in the rest of the show, rest of the second hour, you also get to join in the after party. 9:00 on Fridays, we all get together, including you.
At some point you say, some will drop their life, but comes with the high possibility that they will bring all their traumas back.
Mm-hmm.
And this made me think very powerfully about karma and karmic cycles. Is this related or is different things?
It's depending what you call karma. If you're using the Western definition of karma that everything you do comes back to you, then no. But if you're using karma as the person's own...
I have the definition. Can I read it for you? Because I looked for the article where you wrote about it.